Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of October 1st through October 7th, 2023. Can you believe it's going to be October tomorrow? My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-in, the Autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to welcome back my loyal subscribers, my followers. It's lovely to be in your energies once more. And for those who are listening to the Claire Candy Huff YouTube channel for the very first time, a big welcome to you. And let me share a little bit about myself. Through my full-time business, which is called Angel Healing House, which I established 20 years ago in 2003. I'm a Reiki master teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world. I absolutely adore mentoring and guiding and supporting my Reiki students throughout their Reiki journey. I am also an intuitive, psychic, tarot card reader, and also I do past life clearings and ancestral healings, as well as those transformative, re-energizing, and recharging Reiki sessions, which can be done anywhere in the world through distant healing and through intuitive counseling online. If you're interested in any of my services, perhaps you're interested in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestsellers, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can always phone 831-277-3716, and that's Eastern Standard Time. I'd like to send out a shout out, a big thank you to those people who have made donations for my free content here on YouTube. Perhaps you've received some inspiration, motivation, or direction or clarity from these videos. I've left my PayPal link in the description box down below, along with all of my contact details. Now here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, yes, we pull runes and oracle cards and tarot cards, but before we get to any of those, we always start by looking into the celestial heavens to see what astrological placements and planets are going to be affecting us this coming week. Well, let's go back. Last week on September 23rd, we not only had the equinox, but we also had the start to Libra season, my birthday month. My birthday's on October 7th. And for many, there was a change in the energy, which many already felt. Virgo season. Well, that was all about being practical, achieving perfection, focusing on details, details, and more details. And there were exchanges of communication that, although filled with truth, were delivered with harsh, severe exchanges of communication. And although they were delivered with brutal honesty. Now, with entering Libra season, we feel this harshness slowly morphing and becoming diplomatic, delivering more harmony and balance. I've often said it's not so much what we say, it's the manner in which we say it. With Libra being the 7th sign of the zodiac, it's the cardinal air sign, and it often brings with it a breath of fresh air into areas of our lives. Now, this balance and harmony will affect all our relationships and enable them to change and to blossom as we come from our hearts filled with compassion and empathy instead of judgment, justification, and hurt from our egos. With this season of balance, many will see what they've been working on throughout the year becoming more visible in the physical. And while Libra season does bring in balance and harmonious relationships, yesterday on September 29th, we had an Aries full moon. It's bringing with it a burst of willful, determined energy. Now, this fiery Aries energy will be firing us up and these energies making it the perfect time for starting projects. Many will feel this urge inside to reclaim their power, demonstrating and even showing off their unique qualities in a forthright, self-assured, and direct Aries kind of way. As the leaves start to change color here in the Northern Hemisphere and are falling off the trees, we too are being encouraged to turn over a new leaf in our lives by emotionally and mentally resetting ourselves. Now, after settling for maybe just cruising through life or sitting just below the radar of being noticed, there'll be many in the collective who will now feel a great almighty urge inside, a push within them to pursue our wishes and our desires by putting ourselves out into the world. I just had a book signing here in my new city of St. Petersburg, Florida. This is because our bold, brave, and courageous side, well, it now feels somehow more accessible and available, and it's helping us to break out of our comfort zone and beyond any previous limitations. You know, the only limitations we have are the illusions of limitation that we perpetuate inside of ourselves. The Posse of Angels is reminding us that these limitations were ones that were created mostly out of fear and doubt to help us to play small, possibly for us to remain dependent with a false sense of being rescued or taken care of, when it was we all along that we were waiting for to initiate our lives to flourish and to blossom. Now, this full moon is gifting us a time of contemplation, completion, release, and to then consciously move forward in a brand new way. It will help greatly to see this Aries full moon as a cycle that we are completing, that began way, way back in March, April of this year, 2023, for it was at that time that we had not one, but two Aries new moons, the second of which was an eclipse that opened a powerful new energy portal that helped propel us along our soul's path. You know, when I think back to that time, Pete and I were living in Santa Monica, California, and we felt for several years that our time there was ending and that we would someday eventually be moving. Along came these two powerful Aries new moons and the eclipse, and wham! We went from woe to go, and in only 6 weeks, we moved and arrived in our new home in Florida on July 31st. So here we are once again under the lunation of these powerful Aries energies, and they come in once again to prepare us for yet another upcoming eclipse season in October to help illuminate the next part of our journey. You know, like all full moons, we may find that we are emotional at this time, you know. And under these full moons, people tend to really bring to the surface a lot of emotional hurt. And very strong feelings do rise to the surface. And while Aries does give us a sometimes fiery kick up the pants to be forthright, under this lunation, it is possible to go just a tad, just a little too far from being forthright and assertive to being pushy and aggressive and competitive. So do be careful to make sure that we are always coming from kindness, empathy, compassion, and grace. Now, at this full moon, it's lighting our path into eclipse season. It's important to note that with the North Node being in Aries, and as many of you do know, the North Node is our karmic, fated path. There's going to be a huge outpouring of energy to push us, actually push us out of our comfort zone and to finally release and let go of anything that is in the way of us stepping forward toward our destiny. Remember, eclipses they do not fool around with their take no prisoners energies. They eclipse something into our life, or they will eclipse something out of our life to make space for the new to be eclipsed in. This is really important to know that eclipses can bring something in, or they can take something out because something new is on the horizon to come in. The posse of angels is reminding us that this, whether it's eclipsing in or eclipsing out, this is all for our highest good. It's all for our soul's highest purpose. And even though we often can't readily see it when it's happening, it's there for our expansion, our soul's expansion and growth. With all that the collective has been through, with all the integration of higher energies, with all the surrendering and letting go of our former lives, and the way that we might have been attached to past their use-by date relationships, jobs, locations, compromised choices, many are now clear to connect with their inner warrior, coming to the realization of what we need to do to move forward on our soul's highest mission and highest calling. Now, the posse of angels, my angelic family, is suggesting that we use things like mantras, visualizations, affirmations, reflection, and connection to Mother Nature, or meditation, anything that works for you to help each and every one of us reconnect with our powerful light within. Once we connect with our true, divine, eternal natures, this is our powerful, sovereign, independent, multidimensional natures, I call it our divine, eternal natures, we can then bravely and boldly make choices that align with our highest potential. Maintaining a strong belief in ourselves is one of the most important things that we can do right now. Watch your words, because the universe is always listening, and you always want to be kind and gentle and compassionate, not put yourself down, not belittle yourself, because then you compromise your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual energy, and you lower your light inside. So one of the most important things we can do at this time is to believe in ourselves. Once we have full trust in ourselves, it's one of the most important things that we can do. And once we have full trust in ourselves, we can then trust the path that will manifest for us, for we know that it was co-created by ourselves and also Spirit, especially to take us to our karmic fated destiny. Now, the posse of angels is suggesting that we use this Aries full moon as a release point for anything that is in our way. And when I say anything in our way, if something does come up, see it through the eyes of empathy. See it through the eyes of forgiveness. See it through the eyes of compassion and unconditional love, especially for ourselves. Now, they're suggesting that we use this Aries full moon as a release so that when those October eclipses do come in, we will be ready and will be open to say yes when we are called to step forward. And when I asked the posse of angels for some additional messages to go along with today's YouTube, this rune came out. And it's the rune of Perth. Perth. Some people would call it Perth. This is a rune of mystery. It's a rune of the unknown, beyond our powers to control anything. Some might even say that this rune is on the side of heaven. It's the unknowable. It relates to the phoenix rising from the ashes to grow even bigger and stronger, more empowered, because we've gone through a very deep initiation. And isn't that an understatement, having contended with Mercury and Venus retrogrades last month at the same time? Then the upheaval energies leading up to the equinox that was so emotionally stressful for many as we purged deeply held feelings and emotions so that we could finally be balanced. Perth's energies are so secret and they are so hidden from us because there is deep, very, very deep cellular transformative work at this time in preparation for the upcoming eclipse season. Because there are unknown forces beyond our knowledge here, there could be surprises, there could be gains and rewards being eclipsed into our lives that we truly did not expect. The rune Perth is symbolized by an eagle soaring high and free from entanglements, lifting us above the mundane and the ordinary to acquire a much broader view of our lives. Now, there are many in the collective that will see this room, and it's concerned with the deepest layer of our being, the layer in which our destiny is founded upon. Many have ended a cycle of limitation and lack and scarcity, having cleared so much of our former programming, keeping us small and in limitation. We may feel, many of us, like we've experienced a death, the death of our old way of life. The advice from my angelic family, the posse of angels, is to let go of everything. And there are no exceptions, because as we go into this eclipse, there's nothing left than the renewable and the rebirth of our spirit that will be occurring now. Very, very powerful rune. And that came out. Why did it come out? Because of all that we've been through over the last 2 or 3 months, the integration of higher energies and those lessons and those deep emotional hurts that an event occurred, a communication that brought it to the surface to finally be felt and to finally be cleared with empathy, compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Then I went to a lovely, well, fairly new set of cards, which is called the Enchanted Map, which is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Colette Baron-Reed, for those. And when I shuffled, I was just going to pull a few cards, but 3 insisted on coming out for a 3-card story. The first card that came out is a number 37. Now, the number 37 here is a 10, which gets reduced to a 1, which is a card of new beginning. And it's entitled Cleaning House. Okay. I just noticed that this little elf person has a broom at the end of his feet, so that when he walks around, he can sweep the floors. But this is so apt because of what the collective has gone through as we finish up September. Its message could be about clearing out unwanted things that we no longer need from our physical homes. But its message could also be about clearing out unwanted things that are closer to our emotional unfinished business that we need to address and to move on with. Now, many of us experience this with events happening the week before the equinox, with those communications or those events that brought up those deep emotional feelings. Now, the posse of angels is saying that all those harsh exchanges of communication brought deeply held thoughts, deeply held memories, emotional baggage of perhaps resentment, anger, sadness, bitterness, regrets to the surface, much like a pressure cooker, to finally be felt and acknowledged. In this way, it helped many to be clear enough to be able to move unencumbered by those energies, and to now, as we go into October, to move freely in the world. Now, if you've had one of these encounters, even if it might have been very traumatic, the posse of angels is saying to celebrate the encounter as a very bold and courageous incident that you co-created with Spirit to happen, as we co-create everything with Spirit to happen, so that you could make way for much better things to enter. Because these deeply held emotions inside, we can say affirmations and do forgiveness work, but unless we feel them, then we can't get past them. So they must be felt with, they must be felt in order to be dealt with, and then we can find closure with empathy, compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional love, not only for the other person, but for ourselves. Now, the second card, once we've cleaned house, what happens is we get number 42, which is a 6 card. And the 6 is all about balance and harmony, and it's very apt for Libra season. The posse of angels is sharing that this almighty release that many had leading up to the equinox, and even though you might not have had such an encounter, you may have released unconsciously, as we are all part of the same collective. This release has cracked us wide open to express our uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounties of life's endless possibilities. It's created space for all manner of opportunities to be presented at this time. Now look at the girl in this card. She has her arms wide open to receive the manifestation of her dreams. The posse of angels is sharing for us to not remain small, but to expand our horizons beyond what we believe to be any illusion of limitation. For all the release work that was done, we are now energetically vibrating at a higher frequency, in resonance with the supportive universe that can now bring in new ideas, new opportunities for us to be seen and for us to speak out. At this very fortuitous time, many in the collective, having closed the chapter of lack and scarcity and playing small, we will allow ourselves to manifest a greater vision of our lives and dream a grander dream. And of course, there's a butterfly there. And it's winging its way of transformation as we open our arms wide and we just surrender and release as to what is going to come in for us and the way it's going to come in and when it's going to come in. So we've got clean house, wide open, and the third card is a 32, which is a number 5, which is the number of change. And we have magic prayer. Look at that beautiful card. When the magic prayer card pays us a visit, especially after cleaning house and wide open, it's a reminder that our prayers will be answered. Spirit is always there to help us, and many people think that they have been forgotten because their prayers don't manifest in the way they expected or in their time instead of in divine timing. The posse of angels is saying that one of the best prayers that we can utter aloud, especially when we have lost faith and hope, is, "Thy will be done. Thy will, not mine, be done." Or the St. Francis of Assisi prayer, "I will, to will, God's will." Through magic prayer, we are being asked to surrender our wishes and desires to Spirit, because we will always get what our soul needs for its maximum growth and expansion. Make sure that when you pray, keep in conscious contact with Spirit And then your soul will always, always, always be on the right path. Beautiful cards from the Enchanted Map. Then I went to my animal spirit cards, and I wanted to choose one card, and two cards popped out. And the two cards that popped out are very similar, actually. First card was deer, and the second card is, if I can pick it up, it's lizard. So we have lizard and deer. Now, this is a time, because we've been through so much over the last 2 or 3 months. Man, what a time that we've been through. It's a time to be gentle and loving and tender with ourselves, like a caring mother would be with her newborn. And many of us are going into a time of renewal and rebirth. So often this card appears, especially the deer card, appears when a birth or a celebration of a new life is drawing near. It's a time not to be self-critical, but it's a time to be nurturing, compassionate, and receptive, to take gentle care of ourselves, and for us to allow for the universe to tenderly and gracefully take care of us as well. And the lovely lizard is also a card of inner instinctual sensitivity, and for us to take time to withdraw from crowds. Maybe it would be a good idea to pull back from social media and return to our most powerful ability of creation, which is the grand artist in all of us. Take the time in contemplation, quiet silence, reflection, and meditation to hear what is being whispered in our hearts for us to paint the next part of our lives. And I love the colors in that lizard card. Beautiful, beautiful messages. So thank you for that. Let's go to my Angel Healing House tarot cards and see what's coming out. For all you Librans out there, my sign, happy birthday to you. I hope your birthdays are going to be spent in celebration and doing something that nourishes and nurtures your soul. Happy October, everyone. In our community that we're in, I'm already started to see goblins and ghosts and spooks and all kinds of things, skeletons, decorating everyone's homes. So let's see if we can get some messages coming out. Oh, there's one. Okay. And let's cut the cards and see what comes out. 1, 2, 3. First card coming out for us. The Tower. What I'm hearing from the posse of angels is something out of the blue. Something that comes in from left field. Something that is an answer to a prayer that's going to happen, and it's going to be eclipsed into many people's lives. This is going to be in the collective in the month of October. And it needs to come in because so much of our lives have broken down, so to speak. They haven't really broken down, but we've cleaned up our lives and gotten rid of anything that is not in resonance and in similar energetic frequency with us anymore. And so that's been taken out of our lives, and then something comes in out of the blue for us. But the Tower card, which is often feared, in the Rider-Waite deck, they have people jumping off a tower. But in this instance, they're saying it's like lightning striking. The light just went on. and wham, and wham, you get information. And in many cases, your whole life will change. So they're saying the Tower card in this instance is actually a very, very good thing. There we go. So welcome in those new things for yourself as you are ready, because you've integrated all this higher frequency, you've forgiven, and you've found closure and all of these things through unconditional love. And now the new can come in unencumbered. Let's see what the next card is. Fast, 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 fast moving energy. Okay, so once this comes in out of the blue, just unexpected, this comes in, and it is something that we will have to take action on very quickly. You know, the Knight of Swords is not fooling around. He comes in with the greatest speed, and he brings us something that we will have to take action on. And we'll be happy to take action on it, because it'll be something that is nurturing and nourishing for our soul, something which we are going to love to do. Perhaps there's a little bit of apprehension because we may not have done it before, but in many instances, our instincts will say, yes, 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 grab it, and to go forth. And it'll serve us extremely well. They're showing me especially the hawk. The hawk. This looks like very much like a hawk that I posted on my Facebook page. Since we've been here in St. Petersburg, Florida, we've seen so many extraordinary birds. This one is the red-tailed hawk. But the hawk is a messenger. A hawk brings in information, communicate things very swiftly for us. And also they're showing me the sword here, particular, because the Ace of Swords is a sword of breakthrough in our lives, information that we take and we run with it, and our lives in many cases will never be the same. Okay, let's go to the next card. All right. Once this news comes in out of the blue, and once we say yes to it, we then are able to take our light out into the world in a whole different way. And of course, they're showing me two things. They're showing me this shooting star here, which a shooting star goes very fast as well, you know, and if you don't notice it, it's gone. But they're also showing me the snake at the bottom, which is shedding our skin to then become regenerative. It's a rebirthing. It's a renewal of us. And for many of us in the collective, it will be a brand new way for us to take our light out into the world and be of highest karmic, fated, destined service to the world. So once again, don't try to figure this out. Just keep saying, I will, to will, God's will. It's not my will, but I am open to receive and take inspired action when this is offered, whatever that is. And this could be several things that could be offered to a person. So I love that, taking our light out into the world. Next card that's coming out for us. Okay, now this is unusual, as in my Angel Healing House tarot cards, I have myself on the back, but I'm upright. And I say in the book that goes along with the cards that my cards are only supposed to be read upright. There's nothing wrong with reading reverse cards, but that's the way that I set about creating these cards. But having said that, this card came out reversed, and I'm going to read it reversed. The Seven of Pentacles is a card in which we've planted the seeds. We've planted the seeds of our ideas and our visions and our creative passions, but it came out reversed. And this means that we will no longer be waiting to find the acknowledgement, the recognition, the rewards, all of those things, awards, all of those things for our creative efforts. And I love that it came out reversed. And like I said, it's very unusual for me to read reversals, but that speaks volumes to me that we no longer going in the months of into the month of October, that we will be presented with the blossoming and the fruition and the rewards for our hard efforts. Maybe we'll be able to get the first inkling of that as we go into this eclipse season. Next card coming out for us is the star. Wow. What did I mention? They showed me the star here, the shooting star. Now, many of us could be shot into the spotlight after being quiet for a long time, after, not playing small, but, sort of not being out there. We could be put out in the spotlight for public recognition, accolades, all of those things. This is a card of healing, and it's a card of light. It's also a card with the shooting star of our wishes coming true. So in many cases, whatever this is that comes out of the blue, it comes out unexpectedly, and it brings life-changing communique in for us to take our lights out in the world, for our projects to blossom. And then this is a wish or wishes coming true as a result of that. Next card is the Ace of Cups. It's bringing in love. It could be romantic love, but it also could be something which we absolutely love doing. And it could be both. It could be both. With these two cards coming in, now somebody out of the blue could come in and ask, to be your partner, be your spouse, get married, or, and admit their love for you. But they're saying that while that is a possibility, they're saying, and a lot of us in the collective, this is being offered something that we absolutely adore doing. We're going to love doing it. The dove here is the Holy Spirit. This is something that's destined from God, Source Creator, for us to seed the planet with. That's what they're saying. And it's something that we're going to absolutely adore doing. I love that the hand of God is coming out of the mud, coming out of all those trials and travails and struggles and challenges. The lotus is one of the slowest opening flowers to bloom because it has to get its way through all that mud. But when it blooms, it is absolutely beautiful. Next card coming out for us. Oh my gosh, we got another ace. We have the Ace of Wands. Transformation there with the butterfly. A new path will be presented to many in the collective with new blossoming of those ideas and those visions and those creative efforts. They're also saying that there's going to be many in the collective who are meeting their soul tribe, connecting and collaborating with people. This path will lead many to a new home and a new village and a new way of being in the world that's familiar and comfortable, and collaborations coming together left, right, and center to bring more light to this new era of light on the planet. And the last card is the World card. This is the culmination. This is everything that we've been working for. Everything that we've been working through and integrating, and now we receive our laurel wreath. And that's the rewards, and could be promotions, it could be rewards for all of our hard efforts. So I love that card too. Beautiful. What a reading. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's difficult to stay in the present moment when you feel like an anticipation. You feel like butterflies in your tummy. You feel like there's a butterfly in your tummy and, it's anticipating something new coming in on the horizon. I just looked under the deck and the Judgment card came out. This is the card of second chances. This is the card of resurrection, of a new phase in our life, a new birth coming in for us. And just like the deer comes in as a sign of birthing something new or a celebration, and look at all of those butterflies coming from the dark of the last couple of months into the light. I love that. Let's end with our Indigo Goddess cards. Love, love, love these cards. And see what comes out for us to finish off this time together. Okay. These are beautiful cards. Whoop, 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 whoop. No, that's too many. That's just too many. That one almost flipped. Oops, there's one. Oh, excuse me. There we go. 1, 2. That one flipped, and 3. Okay, there we go. First card coming out for us is answers. That's what many people will be getting in the collective in October, answers. It says keys to the kingdom, calls, interviews, money solutions. Could be a key to a new home. Keys to a solution for financial security, for a committed relationship, a more stable, loving partnerships, business partnerships. Keys to all kinds of things will be offered to us. The next card that's coming in for us is this one, which is ascending, floating to the top. Pay rise, promotion. I did mention promotion, bonus, authority, and responsibility. And they're saying with this ascending card, many of us are going to be stepping into leadership roles. Why? Because we've proven through the test of time that we will hold the light and hold the forgiveness and the compassion, and we will still be a contributing member of this collective towards this new era of light. Next card coming out for us is thrive in a community. That's what I said. I said meeting our soul tribe. And this one's similar goals, doing our part, benefits for all, and a sweet life. And there are many who are now going to be manifesting that sweet life of service to ourselves. These two popped out. This one is medicine, healing money blocks, reprogramming, and open to receive. Look at the colors in that card. And they're saying, just like that bird, spread your wings and fly. Just like the girl in this card is open wide. Open your arms wide. No longer playing small. Just I will, to will. God's will of me being a best of service. And then the next one, the lucky rabbit comes in with quick return out of the blue. That's the, where is it? The Tower card coming out of the blue. Just wham, here it comes out of the blue. Just out of left field. Efforts are rewarded, fast pace. Loans, interest, commission, and of course the lucky rabbit is there for all of us. I hope all of that's been helpful for you. Do remember you can always connect with me on Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio Show at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can even call in for a free mini angel reading. I've given away thousands of readings over the past 12 years. Can't believe it's been 12 years already that I've been on radio. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. If you're interested in any of my services, please go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, and that phone number is in the description box down below. I'm wishing you love, and as always, angel blessings. And I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Happy October. Bye, everyone.